Hello everyone. For today's video, I'm going to start demonstrating step 2, which is mapping out of your external walls. Okay, so for this step, what you need is first your base, okay, your floor plan cutouts within this boundary of the site, okay, and stick it onto a A3 foam core. Okay, you will also need a steel ruler that looks something like this. You will need a steel ruler instead of a plastic ruler, okay, because it's not only for a safety reason, it's also that when you're cutting things off from it, you're not cutting off the ruler, like a slice of a ruler out. So you need a steel ruler, definitely. You also need a standing knife. Okay, this is a standing knife, so you could push the blade up or down. Okay, some things like that. And you will also need something like this on my background, which is a cutting mat. Okay, you will need at least A3 size for a cutting mat. In our school, we have A2 and A1s for you to use as well. Okay, you'll definitely need to cut things on a cutting mat, otherwise you'll risk scratching the tables. All right. Apart from all of these, what you also need is another piece of foam core. It doesn't have to be complete like this big. You can just use the scrap or the smaller pieces within our storage, okay? Actually, I personally prefer the small pieces as well, so because sometimes it can save me a lot of efforts of cutting, okay? All right, so now I am going to start by doing the external wall. Okay, the external wall only for now, okay? Because as you can tell, the interior walls are a bit thinner compared to external walls, so the foam cores are only using for the external walls. All right, now I have two separate houses here. So what I'm gonna do is I might just start over here on the right-hand side here, which seems like a bit easier, okay? I'm gonna start with the wall with no actually openings on it. I'm gonna come and measure how big this is. Okay, so it seems like it's 0 all the way towards 12.2. So this is how big I wanted to do. I want to come here and grab my foam core, and it's good practice to just use an edge of it, maybe this edge, okay? And I'm gonna come here, so since I measured that to be, again, 12.2, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna find the 12.2 increment. It looks like it's here, okay? And as for the height of your walls, we're looking at 4 centimeter, okay? However, in real life, if you measure the floor towards the ceiling height of your house, you are gonna find something around between 3 to 3.5, okay? That's because the ceiling is a bit different compared to the full wall height, okay? Because you will need to install, okay, the electricals and all of those electricals and appliance wires between the ceiling and your roof, okay? So that's why we're looking at things 4 meters, okay? So 4 centimeter, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna find the 4 meter increment, 4 increment, okay? All right, so for convenience, I would suggest you to please draw it out. Okay, so make sure that I've got things that is straight and accurate. Okay, and let's draw the side out as well. Oh, seems like it's a bit high. Let's do a little bit of adjustment so it's not completely straight. Okay, now I'm gonna move my base away a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to cut this little section out because that's gonna be my wall. Okay, now one thing to remember is that when you're doing the cutting, okay, this is some skills that you wanna learn. You wanna always make sure that you're cutting towards you. Okay, so first position your ruler, okay, which it is aligned with your drawing. Then you're gonna use a standing knife. So when you're using a standing knife, you only want to pull out 1 blade or 2 blade maximum, okay? And then you want to make sure that it's not moving around. Okay, so secure it. Okay, so 1 blade or 2 blades. 1 blade is enough, 2 blades maximum. Okay, don't do more. So let's say if you pull that much, you'll find that this blade, you can actually move that around, it can buckle. Okay, so if you're doing too much, you actually risk of buckling and you might hurt yourself. So just make sure it has 1 blade, okay, or 1.5 blade. If for a reason, so my blade is still pretty sharp. So if your blade is blunt already and you need to discard this piece out of it, okay, please raise your hand and find your teacher. Don't do it yourself, okay, because it's pretty dangerous. Okay, it is pretty sharp. All right. So get back on our models. So you need to make sure that when you're cutting, you're always cutting towards yourself, okay? Don't do it like this or don't do it like that. Always make sure that your body is perpendicular to the way you're cutting, okay? And you're always cutting that to yourself. When you're cutting, so note that here, right? I'm going to do a little bit over. I'm going to make this a bit over. Okay, so not starting here, but starting somewhat, maybe let's say 1 or 2 millimeters a bit further away. First thing you're gonna do is use your index finger to actually secure the ruler, and also make sure your hand are pressing as hard, and don't stick your fingers outside of here, outside of the ruler's protection, because you will cut yourself. Make sure your blade is aligned with the edge of the steel ruler, okay, and then you press. Okay, until you feel that your blade has got into the foam, okay, and the next thing you want to do is make sure that the edge of the blade is aligned, is next to or stick to your ruler. You pull, okay, the thing you do is you pull, okay, you don't have to apply too much pressure here, and then you press again, okay, so make sure that you cut them through. All right, and let's do press again, cut, press, cut, okay, press and cut, okay. You can actually go through it by 3 or 4 times to get a clean cut, okay. Let's turn it towards the back, you will see that I've already cut it through, okay, I've already cut it through, which is great, okay. Now I'm gonna head back to here, which I am going to I'm going to cut this little edge out, okay? Similar technique, make sure that your rulers are aligned, and then you press, okay? And then you go. Press, pull, press, pull and press, press, pull and press, okay? So let's see, yep. So now I've taken it off, and then it is a clean cut. Okay, it's a clean cut. So that's how you cut your piece of walls out, okay? And now if we head back to here, let's put it up here to see if it's actually fit. Yep, it fits nicely. Okay, see that? It fits nicely. And then this piece is ready to install, okay? Right, I'm just gonna drop it here. So this is one piece of my wall done. Next up, I'm gonna come over here and do this little tiny piece of the wall, okay? Again, I'm gonna come over here, and then I'm gonna measure how long this is. So just remember, when we're doing the wall, these models have a thickness. So when you're putting it up here, okay, it's already taken a little bit of those here. So when you're measuring actually from the inner side of the wall to here. Otherwise, your models will be out of scale, okay? So the size of this looks like it's 7.8. Yeah, 7.8. So I'm gonna come back here again. I can just reuse it. Let's push this away. And then let's do 7.8. Okay, now let's find this 4 centimeter. Okay, and let's come over here and awesome. Now I'm going to cut this piece off from here again. Make sure that your ruler is aligned and use a knife that, again, align, press, pull, okay, press, pull, press, and pull. Okay, I think I've gone through already. All right, and let's orient this to another direction. Okay, now again, please make sure you can always orient your materials any way you want, but always make sure when you're cutting it towards you. Okay, so again, I'm coming over here, so I go over a little bit of my line, I press a drag, pull, press and pull, okay, press and pull. Okay, I think it should be off now. Oh, it's gonna go through. Okay, all right, so if you find that your cutting didn't go through, don't just pull it off. Okay, again, go back to your cut and then do another cut so that it's off. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is my other walls. All right, so I'm gonna come over here and let's see if this fits. Okay. Yeah, looks like it's exactly the size that I want. Okay, but now, before I'm happily gluing my stuff on here, I noticed that I've got an opening here. I've actually got an opening on this wall. So that is the thing that I'm going to take care of. I'm going to actually align my wall here. And I'm going to come over here and use my ruler to determine where this opening is going to be. Okay. So let's extend that. Don't be afraid of drawing on your walls because you can always later to get rid of it, okay? So now I've marked down the width of my wall, my openings, and then let's determine how tall this, or the height of this window, okay? So normally the height of a window, you're looking at 1 to 1.5 meters, which in our drawing will be 1 to 1.5 centimeters. So for this, yeah, I'm just gonna do 1.5, I guess. So you might want to also make sure that your window is at least 1 meter above the ground. Okay, maybe let's do it a bit bigger. Let's do it around 1.8. Okay, all right, now let's draw this window out. Okay. And then similar techniques, we're gonna cut this window out of here. Okay, again, using your ruler to against, and then using the press and pull technique. So you go over a little bit, you press and you drag, okay, to the point where you need to stop. Press, you drag, okay, press and drag. Okay, press and drag. Okay, you want to flip back and see if you have cut through things. If you did, that's fantastic. Come back over here and let's press and drag. Oh, my fingers is outside, so safety is very important. Press and drag. A bit over is all right. Press and drag. Okay. And see if we have actually come through, or if it's not, then it means we need a bit more work. This side looks like it. So that's why, because your blade, when you're actually cutting it, your blade have an angle, so it might not go all the way through. So that's why you will need to make sure that you're actually cutting through things. Okay. Yep, seems like it is cutting through. Come back here. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, maybe this is some places that I didn't cut through, so I will just gonna amend it here, maybe not. Which side is it? Here. Okay, so let's come back and amend it a little bit. So don't force it. If you got things that is not coming off, don't force it, okay? Don't force it. So just go back to where you need to amend it to give it a bit more cut, okay? Because you will want at least one side that is cleaner, okay? Now I can take it off confidently, okay? See that? Now it is pretty clean, okay? This side may be a bit of a mess, so but like having these lines, but that's okay. So that will be the inside. This side will be the outside, okay? So see that? Okay, so see that now my window is comfortably sitting where I want it to be, okay? So now I just need to glue it up over here, okay? I would suggest you not start gluing until you have finished all parts of your external wall, okay? Finish all parts of the external wall first before you start gluing those walls onto your model, all right? I hope you have a nice and wonderful time of model making. I'll see you next time.